When it comes to medical devices, is it hardware, software, or both? Let's find out from Nancy Briefs. She's the CEO and founder of InfoBionic, and welcome to the Language of Business.
Thank you, Greg. It's a pleasure to be here today with you.
So which is it, hardware or software?
Well, actually you need both. It's both devices and software. And what we've done here at InfoBionic is we're trying to leverage the cloud and more powerful algorithms to give better information to cardiologists.
When I hear cloud, I immediately think of confidentiality. Why should my cardiac rhythms be on the cloud?
Well, today, your cardiac rhythms are at different companies, not necessarily on the cloud, but on different servers. And what we've done is actually the next step in the process, which makes the data very secure. We do not collect personal health information from the practice. The practice just gives us your ID number. So we don't track your social security number, your address, etc. And on top of that, in addition to running on Amazon Web Service, we also use a company called ClearData, which is HIPAA compliant. So a bit of belt and suspenders in that case.
Can we see a product demonstration?
Yes, I'd love to show you this. This is our system, MomiCardia, means monitor me. This is what you would get from your physician, a cardiologist, if you had presented with symptoms of arrhythmia. This is the device. It's small, lightweight, 4 ounces. Comes with 2 batteries, and this is what you would take home from the practice. When the system is turned on, they would program in your name. This is showing InfoBionic. Then this actually goes dark. There's no lights, nothing to really interfere. If you have a symptom and you want to record it, you push the button, you get a little white heart, and you know that it's been sent. And it's as simple as that. You wear standard electrodes, so this is worn under your shirt, on your belt, or usually in your pocket. This device has inside it an antenna, a SIM card, and a modem. So the beauty of MomiCardia is you don't have a 2-piece device, which is what all of the competitors in the market has today.
So the iPad is going to be used by the cardiologist to read and interpret the data?
That's correct. So all of the data in near real time is being sent to our cloud, and that information is available to your physician whenever they want to look at it. So what does that mean? They can sign in, and what they immediately see are planets. So they know if you particularly have had an event, they can go quickly through this. You can see how fast the system works. It pulls up the data. It has all the functionality of a tablet. They could scroll through the information. They could see what your arrhythmia is. And as soon as they've seen what they need to make a diagnosis, they're finished. They can create a report. They can send that report off to the electronic medical system, or they could email it to your private practitioner or anyone that you request.
Where is there more innovation, on the hardware or the software side?
Well, we're the first company to really think about data and not devices. So I would say that most of the innovation today is in digital health, which is the field we're in. Historically, in medical devices, which has been my background for 28 years now, all of the innovation was on the device side. But what we weren't doing is we weren't giving the practitioner or the clinician, in this case the cardiologist, all of the information. We were just giving them snippets. And we believe the future is really going to be around big data and giving all the data when a physician wants it to them.
Who do you think your ultimate customer is? Is it the cardiologist or is it their patients?
Well, ultimately, the customer for us is the cardiologist, because we're not doing a direct-to-consumer. We're doing a clinically diagnostic ECG, and this is used for patients that present with symptoms and want to understand what type of arrhythmia they have. Today, that's a $3 billion market, but more importantly, it drives the therapy market for cardiac rhythm management, which is close to $14 billion. So getting an accurate and timely diagnosis is very important for your physician.
Where do you think the medical device industry is going these days in terms of trends?
I think as far as the industry trends, what we're seeing is that the innovation today is really being driven by not only the cost efficiency, but the ability to get your technology reimbursed. And an example of that for us is that when we built the Momi Cardia platform, we were careful to make it a universal device. Today there's 3 different types of monitoring: Holter, Event, and mobile. So if you go to a clinic and you open the closet, you would see a plethora of different devices. Nothing talks to each other. So I think in medical devices, you're going to see companies really thinking about that reimbursement. So both cost efficiency as well as innovation.
Talking about innovation, do you think the best exit strategy, either for InfoBionic or your personal investments, partnership, sale, or IPO?
It's a very good question. Medical devices historically have been, the exits have been 80% acquisition. So we tend to be feeders for some of the large public companies in the space. That said, I personally did an IPO with Goldman Sachs in one of mine, and I've done partnerships. But I think the majority of this category is acquisition.
Nancy, thank you.
Thank you.
Nancy Briefs, the CEO and founder of InfoBionic.